Cap, if you will, of the Hanover Horde Gold team taking on the Dragons from Falls Church, Virginia. Should be a great match. From left to right on the screen, as you're seeing in front of you, we have Alden Hammer. Next to him, Barebow Fraggins. Next to him, Gorilla 152. And finally, all the way to the right, we got Mighty Coldbug. So it's going to be a great match. Should be a lot of fun. Our Gold Fortnite Horde team taking on the Dragons from Falls Church, Virginia. So we'll get this started here in just a couple minutes. We'll be right back after these short messages. Stick with us. Should be a lot of Fortnite fun. So thanks, and we'll see you back here in just a minute.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rip it. It doesn't matter at all.
Esports is a multi-billion-dollar industry. We're taking that and we're delivering it to elementary and middle school kids.
Yo, you guys are getting right? Dad, all right, push up with me.
We're bridging the gap between conventional athletics and competitive gaming. We have kids working on the same technology that the pros are training to improve their skills.
When did you lose? Why did you lose? Like the games that you lost, why did you lose?
Through a partnership with the Positive Coaching Alliance, our coaches go through a double goal certification. They learn not only how to work through the strategies of the different games they're playing, but they also work through how to impact these kids' lives in a positive way. They get to mark and highlight behaviors and attributes that will lead to long-term life skills.
You love being Battle Mercy.
Yes, Battle Mercy.
No, it's not. Why don't you tell us your favorite move that Mercy does?
So what brought me to XP League is the experience of my children. I had always hoped and wanted them to be a part of a youth athletics team. So I realized they all love competitive gaming. So why not marry their passion with what I'm hoping for them to learn and achieve and put healthy, solid values in place in something that the kids want to do and are excited about doing.
Yes, Fruit
Experience points. Every game awards experience points. And what we built here is an experience. Professional level equipment, the top tier partners in esports. They're also getting the experience of sportsmanship values, of working with mentors and coaches, and of being part of the team. It's all about the experience.
I need you. Nice. Go. Group in now. Push in. We go. Good game.
I'm the coach for XP League and I'm looking forward to having an impact on these kids' lives. I've been playing video games competitively since 9th grade. I'm now 21 years old and I've never really got to be a part of a team.
Today you guys are here for tryouts. Now you might be feeling nervous, but don't worry. Everybody makes a team. Tryouts is not about picking you out if you're not good at the game. The only thing this is about measuring where you are at right now, so we can focus on how we can help you improve throughout the season.
Esports promotes cognition in the sense that there's multiple ways to win a game. There's not one set way that you can win a match. The meta in Overwatch, it varies, it depends on the game. The games change all the time and every game is different. It has its own special, unique characteristics.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3,
Keep your hands straight. Keep your hands straight.
For our practices, we aren't focused necessarily on who we're playing against, just how we can adapt our strategy towards the game. What we teach the kids when we're coaching is that there's another human being on the other side of that computer, and to treat everyone with respect.
Let me get him from above. I have my ultimate.
Perfect. Keep going. Keep going.
Game over.
Whoa, look at this. Look at what? Oh, wow.
All right, welcome back to XP League Hanover. We got a great match just now kicking off. Let's go ahead and jump on over there into the action. Fortunately, it looks like we were spectating another team at this point. We're kind of limited on what we can spectate. Doesn't look like they were able to pick a team before we kick this match off, so we'll kind of see how this plays out. Sometimes when these matches set up, particularly when we're playing remotely, we don't have control over who we spectate. So it looks like we're spectating another team. Here we go. So now we're swapping over to Gorilla 152. All right, we're going to have to go back to the hub. We'll get this restarted. Looks like they didn't get all their teams selected. So we're going to go back to the hub, and we'll be right back here shortly. All right, we're back. Sorry about the false start. We had a player that didn't pick anybody, and I'm wondering if we got the same issue again. Following this XPL player 8 doesn't look like they may have picked a team. We'll see if they want to keep playing here. Let me get the coach here. So we'll wait to hear from him to see how he wants to do that. So it looks like, again, we're trying to stuck spectating him because it doesn't look like he picked a team. So we'll just wait to hear back. Sometimes these matches can be a little troublesome to set up, but once they get rocking and rolling, they're pretty good. Again, watching the Hanover Horde Gold team taking on the Falls Church Dragons. So if you missed it earlier, we've had 3 previous matches. The Hanover Heroes silver team pulled out a victory over the Holly Springs Horde. The Horde silver team ended up losing 3-0 to the Madison Marvels, but learned a lot of good lessons that way. And then the Heroes Gold team defeated the the Falls Church Raptors. We've got a 2-1 record on the day and looking to make a 3-1 with a victory here once we get everything restarted. So we'll get this thing started here in a couple minutes. Let me work out with the coach what they got going on over there, get things set up, and then we'll get ready to rock and roll. So we will be right back. All right, we are back. Looks like we are good on their end. Just unfortunately, we're just kind of stuck spectating the opposing team. I'm going to try to get that figured out. We do have all our players playing remotely today, so that complicates it. Normally, I can stream directly in from them. So let me see if I can get this situated, and I'll be right back. All right, and we're back in action. I did figure out a way to get a stream from another player, so this is Barebow Fraggins here. So sorry for the technical difficulties, but I think we got everything up and running. Fortunately, no engagements have happened at this point, so we are into this map. Done a good job. Looks like they've taken the high ground up here. Built a nice fortification, but looks like somebody worked their way back behind us, or they're just shooting out a layer of the fort here. Teams all really close, nice together. That's something that we worked on in terms of an effort goal this time around, was to keep the team co-located so they could support each other and identify where the enemy might be coming from. You can see they put a marker out there. Looks like they got a bead on them. See if they start taking their shots. We're going to draw them in here. Are taking some shots here. So see, with having them down here in the middle, you can see how open we have. What a field of view we have here. Chucking some grenades there. Again, I'm kind of dictated to just spectate from one point of view, unfortunately. So if you're looking for your gamer, I apologize. Once we get them back in the dojo next week. Good pop there by Barebow Fraggins. 39 damage. He's going to work his way higher. They decided to take the high ground here. Let's see if it works to their advantage. Good job building up as the opposing team works their way down. You can see Mighty Colbug working his way out of the fort. Barebow Fraggins finds his way down there. A little bit risky play. They had the high ground, the positioning, now working their way down, pushing down towards the enemy. Let's see if this risky move pays off. You can see fires coming from all over the place. And does manage to knock one of the opposing players. So it looks like we got a 3v4 situation with the advantage going to the Horde Gold team. So good initial push. Let's see if they're able to make the opposing. We've got the position here. Shotgun battle, close, tight fought battle. Let's see who's going to win this. A lot of editing and fighting taking place. Got a 2v1 situation going on here. A lot of editing and building going on. Tough to keep track of what's happening. Looks like CNH Gamer PC7. This is Barebow Fraggins is extremely low. Does find himself kind of a hidden position to get his bandages on and heal himself a little bit. It does look like Mighty Coldbug was eliminated, so it's at least a 3v3 at this point. Let me see if I can get a glimpse on what's going on with the other team right now. This is the other team building around the tree. You can see he's in a fight with one of the Horde members here. Not sure who it is. Let's see who comes out on top here as they build a high into this tree there. Looks like he was eliminated. And looks like victory goes to the Horde there. So good job to the Horde. A couple eliminations there by Aldenhammer and a couple eliminations by Mighty Coldbug. So really good job. That's going to give Horde the points on the first match. So there you go. We'll update that. And Horde goes up 1-0 on the Dragons. So we're going to go right into our second round here. Once everybody gets set up and ready to go. See what else we got going on here. Again, a great series of matches coming into this, and with the Horde being 0-2 on the season, they're itching for that win, and I'm sure they're excited to get one here. So here we are dropping into our second round of this best-of-5 match. It means 3 points. Gives you the victory on the week. So here you see them dropping in. A big part of this strategy is trying to figure out where the opposing team is going. And then landing together, preferably a distance away from the other team, to allow yourself to collect resources, weapons, and materials. So it looks like they did that. You can see as see who I'm watching here. A little hard to see. I think I'm watching Barebow Fraggins. We can look at the other team. Looks like they landed in Frost. This is the castle, the medieval area. We call it Frost because of the snow. And it looks like the hero or the Horde from Hanover are up here at Lucky, which is again that high ground positioning they took last time. Done a good job using that. You can see some heals going on from Barebow Fraggins here. He must have suffered some fall damage coming in, so he's healing himself to get himself back up to 100%, gathering those materials. And again, I apologize for the streaming issues. Fortnite's a little wonky on how the streaming gets pulled in when you're doing it with remote players. Makes it a little complicated to dictate who you're actually spectating. So the only spectators I have right now are Barebow Fraggins and the opposing team, who looks like they're still down here in Frost, gathering up resources, materials, weapons, and building their health and shields up. Let's swap over to Barebow Fraggins here. You can see he's got Mighty Coldbug right ahead of him. Looks like most of the team is pretty good in terms of health and shields. So got a little glitching going on there with the sand. That could be an advantage, finding that little glitch, particularly if it's a part of the map to keep your mind on for future use. Glitches are authorized if it's part of the map. So, all right. So his team again, the effort goal this week was to stay together to try to keep all the arrows from your fellow teammates on the same map. And looks like they're doing a pretty good job of that, staying together, moving together, providing that cover as they move around. So Let's swap over to this one here, XPLFC8. Again, just watching the opposing team here. Looks like they're working their way around. You can see straight ahead is where the Horde members are, up on that hill, building that defensive position. The high ground's critically important, so the Horde have decided to be content to stay up there, build their fortification, and draw the enemy to them. They did that well last time until they felt they were in a position to push down, and they did, and it worked out for them. So let's see how it works out this time. Sounds like somebody's chucking some grenades. So Barebow Fraggin's using his time here to collect the materials he might need to help build up this wall and strengthen that. Their shots are coming in hot and heavy. Looks like they got a read on where they might be at. Taking the Dragons to task here, held in this high ground position. But you can see Dragons are doing a good job of trying to push up close, and then got a little bit of a knock there. You see him passing off some bandages to some players that might need it. Benefit of holding a good defensive position is that you can hold it well and fall back and get your healing and your shields as you see fit. Some editing, building up those walls, allowing the teams to get their heals. Looks like Barebow Fraggins is down on his shield right now, so a little bit risky coming up top there. Oh, nice shot came across, knocked him to half health. Let's swap over to the other team. Looks like, see, they're building up, trying to make a push up on those sturdy defenses that the Horde have built on top of Lucky. Swap back here. Again, half health. Taking good shots, popped at 22 damage. So they are getting some damage, but it looks like they're the Dragons are going to be building up on their side. At some point, somebody's going to make a push on here. It's an interesting dynamic is building these massive forts. And one of the things we did this week in practice was talked about, strategic positioning, as well as building forts and editing your way through battles. A lot of explosions coming down there. Looks like they're chucking some grenades in there. So they're getting close, encroaching up on the Horde here. He's going to be shot out and going to be taken out from fall damage. So you got to definitely watch that. He's going to quickly be eliminated here, I'm sure. But the Horde drops down on top of him, takes out the enemy player that went after. So see if they're able to heal him up and get him back in this fight. So good job by the rest of the Horde team to come down and rescue him after he got knocked and potentially bring him back into the fight. Good teamwork. That's why we stay together as a team. So good teamwork being displayed here by the Horde. And a victory. They end up taking out the Dragons for their second points of the week. So good job by the Horde going up 2-0 on the Dragons. We're going to go ahead and exit back to the lobby. And then we'll be right back here just in a few minutes. Thanks, and stick around with us. All right, welcome back. We have our Hanover Horde Gold team up 2-0 on the Dragons. We did a little switching around to hopefully get a little bit better spectator mode here. So hopefully it'll be able to provide you a little bit more action. All right, so here we're following CNH Gamer PC7 here. Let's swap over to CNH Gamer PC4. Unfortunately, still watching the other team here. So we'll be watching CNH Gamer PC7 here and hopefully giving you some action on what's taking place with the other players. Again, I know everybody's remote today, so we're unable to pull each individual feed in, which makes it hard to spectate. But the Horde is doing a really good job. If you're rooting for the Horde, they're up 2-0 and doing a really good job. You can see they're gathering those resources. They're back up on Lucky, looking to take the high ground and hold the high ground. It's worked for them so far so well with the team, but it sounds like there is some fire taking place. I don't know whether that's our fire or their fires, but it looks like somebody might have a beat on somebody. That's Mighty Coalbug. So let's see what they're shooting at this point. Not sure what's happening. I don't know whether they got a beat on somebody or not. It looks like they're working their way up here. Working their way up towards this this higher ground of the Lucky Landing here. He's having a little bit of issues with his builds and edits here. And there you go. He's working his way up. Should be able to get up there with that. No, and he's going to slide all the way down to the bottom. So I wish I could spectate somebody else right now. See what's going on here. Let's swap over to CNH. This is XPL C4. So again, I was hoping we'd be able to spectate some other players by swapping stuff around, but doesn't look like it's going to work out for us. So we'll have to stick with CNH Gamer PC7 here. See how the team's making out. Looks like he's got half shields. Looks like his team's a little bit far away and taking some pop shots from a great distance. So I don't know if that's going to help the team or not. So here they are working the way. He's having a heck of a time with playing on the hills for this game. He's got maybe a beat on a player, but that is an extremely far shot. He's never going to land that one. Does manage to get some damage there, so but not sure how close he is to his teams. Looks like he's got one of his teammates following close behind. Maybe they decided to split their forces, kind of a divide and conquer this time versus, you can see Gorilla 152's coming up right behind him there, collecting some medals. Again, the Horde is up 2-0 on the Dragons, so if they win this one, they win their first win of the season. They'll be a 1-2 record going into week 4, this being round 3 of a best-of-8 round. This match is a best-of-5, so the first of 3-point wins. So if they win this round, like I said, they get that win and go to 1-2 on the season. So I'm excited for them. Good ping there using that assault rifle. Looks like they got him trapped in. You can see, but a player sneaks around on the back side of him there with the shotgun. He switches to his shotgun. He's got the high ground, though. See some good building and editing taking place. See if it'll fill them off, but unfortunately with that single pump shotgun, doesn't stand much of a chance. So, but at least we'll get to watch another player for this round. Unfortunately, it swaps to watching one of the opposing team players, who fortunately gets taken out by one of the Horde members. Now we're swapped over to Mighty Coalbug. Look at him taking good shots, but unfortunately it looks like we've got a member down there. Looks like it might have been Gorilla 152 was knocked, and then he was ultimately eliminated. So just Mighty Coalbug and Aldenhammer remaining for the Horde. And the storm encroaches, so that's going to force him out of his little hide position up top there. He's going to be forced to come down and meet the Dragons somewhere here in the center part of the section, at least until the storm collapses. You can see how high that tower is. Aldenhammer's right up in the mix right now. I wish I could get up there and take a look. Mighty Coalbug's working his way over to him. You can see the opposing team has dropped down. Aldenhammer's still in the mix, but looks like he's being pursued by at least one, potentially two of the Dragons. Looks like he's knocked, and looks like it's a clear numbers advantage for the Dragons at this point. Again, the Horde just got separated this time. I'm not sure what happened, or that was part of their strategy. But that did not work in their favor this time, and you can see it's down to Mighty Fullbug here. And with a little shotgun battle taking place, he's not going to make it, and that's going to do it for the Horde. So a win for the Dragons there. They come back from a 2-0 victory to come within just one of the Horde. So again, what they did so well that first time, staying together and playing defense, it seems like they did the opposite this time. They got separated, they didn't play together, and they summarily got picked off from each other. So a lot to learn. We'll come back. We've got 2 more matches. So all we need is one more win. And again, we come away with a victory for this week. So I'm sure Coach is in there coaching them up, trying to encourage them to do a good job sticking together, staying together as a team, and really trying to put this match away with this next match. So we'll be right back here in just another minute, kick this thing off, and hopefully come back with a Horde victory. All right, we are back. Hopefully, again, try to change some things up to give you a little bit better spectator view. Kind of limited my options here, unfortunately, with the way Fortnite spectator mode's set up. So following CNH Gamer PC7 here again. This is Barebow Fraggins. See, they're doing a nice job. Looks like they are together this time, so you can see all those arrows up there in the top corner showing where everybody's at. So that's a good indication that maybe they learned their lesson from this last time, and not to kind of push in separate directions where they could be divided and conquered. That's one of the first rules of war, right? Divide and conquer. So, all right, we've had some really good matches today. Really would love to finish this off with another Hanover victory to give us 3 of the 4 wins this week. Spend their time here at Lucky, what we refer to as Lucky. He's collecting these resources, these materials, these mats as they call them. Looks like most of the players have about half shield at this point, so really need to gather up shields if they can get them. See, working together, exchanging weapons. Whenever they stand still like that, they're usually adjusting equipment within their inventories, like you see there, moving the weapons around, putting the priority weapons up front, exchanging ammunition, that sort of thing. So it looks like they're setting up on where they're going to be building their little fort or defensive position here. It's worked out with them for them previously, so. Using the brick, the stone resources. You can hear some fires taking place over there. Not sure if they're shooting at something, or looks like they may have chased Aldenhammer away from that other point of Lucky over there. So it looks like they may know where the opposing team's at. Just done a really good job building up and fortifying. I think this is going to be a strategy we're going to see more and more, which is why we spent so much time kind of editing and building this last practice because it is such a strategic advantage having a place to defend, a place to fall back to, a place to get healing from your teammates, and a place to hide from your enemy, as well as giving you a good field of view from where they're approaching you from. So the opposing team has to be pretty clear. Has to really understand at this point where the Horde is located, and maybe it's just waiting them out, knowing that storm is ultimately going to push them down off this defensive position, at which point they'll counterattack. So that might be what they're waiting on. You can see that storm. It's still got 3 minutes and 51 seconds there in the top right corner before it collapses again, but it will drive them from this position. There you see an accurate shot. Coming from Barebow Fraggins right here. It looks like Colebug got knocked. I'm not sure where he's at or how he got knocked. Seems the opposing team. There he is down below. Looks like he slid down the hill maybe while the rest of the team comes down to his aid. So good job by the team there. Come down, heal him, and hopefully get him back into the fight. Last thing you want to lose is a player. And here you can see the storm drawing in. That is going to force them out of their fort. That they work so hard on. So definitely something to take account of. That storm's ultimately gonna make you give up some ground. So there's one of those chug jugs. So that's one of the problems, I think. And here you see the fires coming in. It's hard to see where it's coming from. He's topping off his shield there. But it looks like the Horde are still currently full strength. See if they're able to make the dragons pay here. So they've done a pretty good job staying together as the storm encroaches in. So lots of fires taking place. The Horde's still at full strength at this point. Moving in on the enemy. Nice shotgun battle taking place here. Does manage to knock the opposing team out right there. So there is a 4v3 situation, if not better. Nice fight. Looks like Mighty Colebug got knocked. See if we're able to rescue him. Again, the victory goes to the Horde. So excellent job. 2 eliminations by Aldenhammer. One by Barebow Fraggins, one by Gorilla 152. So just ultimate team effort there. And that's going to give them the victory on the week. All right, so I'll see if they want to play one more for fun. Let me see, and we'll come hopefully right back for more action. So we'll be right back. Congratulations to the Horde on the victory. I'm going to see. All right, so we are back. We're going to go ahead and play one more for fun. So congratulations to the Horde Gold team on their first victory of the season, going 2-1 on the season. And it's a great way to get back into it, as just get that first victory knocked out. They clearly had a good strategy coming in. They applied the strategy and they made it work for them. So that's what we'd love to see, that full circle fruition of coming up with a plan, sticking to the plan, seeing it work, and then when you stray from the plan, seeing it not work. That's teamwork, that's competition, and it was a lot of fun to watch. So, all right, so here we're following CNH Gamer PC7. Let me see who the other computer might be following. It's the other team again. Unfortunately, it's just the way the spectator mode works sometimes. But again, we get the kids back in the dojo next week. Super excited about that. Back in the dojo for practices and matches. And hopefully we don't have to keep them out of here again for the foreseeable future. So again, playing the Falls Church Dragons. Good match over to those guys. Tough, evenly matched team. They really put up a good fight. But I think the Horde getting that high ground early and maintaining that high ground made it a little bit challenging for the other team to know what to deal with. And I think that's a strategy, again, I think we're going to see play out as these teams progress through the season. It's an 8-week season. It's still early on. The Horde is 1-2 on the season, so plenty of time to come back and compete for that top spot in the country. All right, so here you see Barebow Fraggins again. I apologize, he's the only one I can follow. I'm not playing favoritism here. It's just with the mechanisms, the way the spectator mode's set up for this match, I just can't change who I spectate unless I restart the match completely. And then by the time I would get the other team in, the match would be over. So we're kind of stuck with what we got, but really proud of all the teams today. But you know, the Horde getting their first win, it's a big deal. So really happy for them. Looks like they might be taking this position up here over by these trees. You can see the fires coming in from the enemy position. Everybody's a little bit more aggressive when you're playing these for fun matches than they would on the matches that count. Looks like the team's making the push in. So here comes the rest of the team. So good coordination. I like that when we're making a push, they're making a push as a team. So just a few weeks into the season, we're already seeing a lot of really great improvement. It is fun to see. It's fun to watch that progression. A good edit fight. Double shotgun match. He's not going to last there, though. It saw 2 tactical shotguns from the opposing team when Barebow Fraggins jumped in there. He's not going to last really long in that fight. Here you see Gorilla 152 doing a good job building up, trying to gain that high ground so he can drop down with that shotgun on top of the opposing player. He drops down to the ground. Here you see the opposing team taking out one of our players. Gorilla 152 still in the mix of the fight here. Popping up and down, reloading that tactical shotgun. Looks like he's fully reloaded and ready for action. Looks like it's just him and Aldenhammer at this point. Still standing. Tight fight here. See if they're able. It's hard to see. Let's edit his way down. Gets in there still. Just missing each other by inches with these shotgun fight taking place. Does manage to take out one of the opposing teams and seals the victory for the bonus match today. So that's going to do it. That's going to wrap it up for our match today. The Horde come away with the victory, go 1-2 on the season, and got a win in the win column. So super proud of them. Super proud of all the boys that played today. Thanks for tuning in to XP League Hanover. We had a lot of fun. GG's over there to the Falls Church Dragons and the Raptors, who we played earlier, and all our opponents today. It's been really fun. A lot of evenly matched teams, and it just goes to show how the talent is just going to continue to get better through the rest of the season. So thanks for tuning in today. Tune in next week. More great match play taking place. And you just take care. We'll see you next week. Bye.